fixture.
I need a fixture, Mike.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Can we
Take off this whole.
just
I'll
ripped
take off this. Does that help?
It's just astonishing.
It was so hard.
Because you can have the same dramatic effect. The point was he needed money to continue. Remember, the whole point was
Yes.
like so that you could have the same dramatic effect and just have a more realistic. I mean, you don't lose anything.
Never seen this one. Who's in this?
Rounders. Everybody loves rounders. You should get Koppelman to be
Yeah.
commentator. Wait. Can I hear that?
Volume.
Uh-oh. We should have people be quiet because we're filming a show here.
Yeah, I thought they were.
walking.
We're actually doing
Listen
something.
here, I know you probably lost about 600K in this casino this year, but could you stop chewing that sandwich so loud?
Yeah, that's all the.
I cannot see this. I can't hear it at all. I don't know what's going on.
Guys, let's just lift that crate up and move it over those little
Oh
things.
yeah, let's move it closer.
Oh, that's good. You got volume there.
Oh, there, okay.
And in my club, I will splash the pot whenever the fuck I please.
Whenever the fuck I please.
So great.
We can't make people stop talking so loud.
You can ask nicely.
No, these are the high rollers that lose huge here.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that. That's right. Yes. Oh. It's 44. I'm gonna call it for us. Respect myself tomorrow. Respect is all you have left in the morning. Last card Catholic. Eat hurts, doesn't it?
What did he say? Eat?
Can't
Because Mike checks, right?
Eat
He gets to
hurts?
bet again, yeah.
of your dreams. Yes. Pops down the fucking drain. Your fate is sitting right beside you. That ace could not have helped you. Oh. Flopping out straight.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's it. Taking me out, man.
No more. No, not tonight. This son of bitch all night.
Jack.
Chick. He tagged me.
Chick, chick, chick.
Are you feeling satisfied now, Teddy? 'Cause I can go on busting you up all night.
Yeah.
You beat it to me. Straight out. Play.
Pay the man.
Play that man his money.
Pay that man your
That
money.
man is money. Motherfucker.
What's his name? Susan or
I don't know.
Sue? What are they?
What's
that guy's name?
John Malkovich's character's name?
Teddy KGB.
Katie.
KGB.
Well,
But the guy who's kicked his
right.
ass it's something womanly,
right.
like Sunshine or Susie.
I find it hard to follow. I found it hard to follow that because I couldn't hear.
Basically, the. Well,
Wait,
yeah.
We
let's
ready?
do
Yeah,
this
yeah,
moderating
yeah.
thing.
All right, here we go.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, probably one of the most famous poker movers. Sorry.
Start again.
Start
Poker
again.
movers.
3, 2. Obviously, the most famous poker movie. I mean, it's a movie. It's all about poker and the ups and downs of playing poker. What do we think of this? If you put this scene in that movie, if you just watch this scene, what do you think of this scene? Let's start with Richard on this one.
Well, first of all, it is one of the best, if not the best, poker movies. I mean, the professionals always talk about how much they like it. Brian Koppelman's script is, so well respected. I mean, there are some there's some things that happen there. First of all, do you really want Teddy KGB dealing? You know,
Yeah,
in his
that's
own,
what I was
in his own
thinking.
club, you know.
Mechanics
But
script.
Damon, and that's a young Matt Damon. He's so good there because
Yeah.
that check he does after the river, where it just seems like he really didn't get it. After that, I mean, Malkovich, I guess he's playing a Russian, but that's just it's an accent he invented, which is great. You're gonna be that man, he's money.
You can't go to a poker
But
table
I mean,
and
it's
not hear that.
entertaining as hell. I mean, I think it's a great scene.
All right, Phil, let's get the
This
poker
is
breakdown
a
of this.
straight up like pocket queens. I'm just saying that because even though I want to give it A, I want 2 more improvements over this in the future. I'm just hoping for even better. But this is such a legit movie, and except for the relationship between him and the girl, which is not authentic and real, and also commented to me that he didn't write that in, they forced him to add it. The movie's great, and the scenes are great, and in fact, the splashing, okay, that's a little warbly there, but it's his club, and it's heads up, and they know what's in the pot, so it's a little different than a multi-way pot. But yeah, this movie is just awesome.
Yeah,
and
Jennifer?
that scene is legit.
Well, I think you have 2 cinematic giants, which is Matt Damon and John Malkovich. I thought we were going to be watching the Oreo, listening to the Oreo cookie scene. So I don't even remember this scene. But I did think, in terms of a really high stakes poker game, I thought maybe there was a little too much talking going on. I think Matt Damon's like, well, I'm going to hate myself in the morning if I don't call. To me, if he was a poker player, I would be like, I fold. I fold.
Well, Hollywood.
Yeah,
He invented
right.
the modern Hollywood.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I think that also too, a lot of times sometimes you'll have actors, maybe he really, I can't imagine John Malkovich didn't do any research. So I think that was his little thing. Like, sometimes they'll say, well, I'm going to do this. Other poker players don't do this. They don't understand why they don't do. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have a tell. I'm going to listen to an Oreo cookie, which is, a lot of poker players say, well, that's like such an obvious tell. When he listens to the Oreo cookie, he has the nuts. But I think it's a great scene. Koppelman does a lot of research. He's at dinner with Phil and I several times, pumping our brain for what goes on in the home games, for his next movie. And I think that, should I give him my grade?
Yeah, let's go through and give Rounders
Okay,
and scene a grade.
I would give it for poker veracity. I would give it maybe the second nut flush. In terms of drama and being a great scene and very well written and very well acted, I would give it top full house.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Aces full of kings?
Aces full of kings. Why
Okay.
not?
Richard, what do you think?
I think Jennifer's right on there. I'd say it's a very good flush, for the poker veracity, and as a movie, as a poker drama, I'd say the same thing. It's a top full house.
All right.
I was thinking pre-flop. That's why I gave queens.
Okay, you were
So
thinking
I was thinking
pre-flop
because that's
action.
where I do most of my work.
He usually follows full
Sweet.
flop.
It's a sweet ass. They did so much right. And
Yeah.
the scenes. In fact, the only real flaw that I thought in all the poker scenes was a really funny one in the opening scene where he's talking and you realize, wow, this guy's Mystic, Matrix, level 4, like floating, and he sees everything. If he's that guy, he would also say, could have pocket aces, but that's such an unlikely variant that right now I have to go for the, the right play, probabilistically speaking, which is to extract value in all the weaker hands. He doesn't attend to that thread, which wouldn't diminish the fact that he's still calling because he was super strong, but he didn't address it. The freak, because I mean, we've all played cards enough, and if he had, when you get quads, you look for the straight flush. Because you know that if it's out there, you have to sweat that too. It's just because
Yeah,
you
you
have a
take
full
that
house.
moment, you take that breath, right? You're like, oh my God, I have
you
quads,
think
but
you're
is
gonna
there
win, you know,
anything
yeah.
that can beat me?
Yeah.
Right,
That's a great
it's
point.
like-
I think it's agreed, though, that this is, I mean,
Tight.
without taking anything away from any
Right.
other movies, this is.
Yeah, it's still the gold. It's the standard,
gold
right?
standard,
You know,
yeah.
poker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very much beloved by the poker community.
And which is why so many people, I think, want to see more of a movie.
Yeah, they want
like
to see
that.
Brian
Absolutely.
Koppelman get at it again.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think everyone is
Yeah.
here agreed that Rounders definitely.
We want second rounders. We want another rounders.
We want a
Rounders too.
rebuy on
Rounders,
Rounders
okay.
if we could get it. It is Poker Night in America. Perfect. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, sure. Okay. take off this whole.
Just
I'll
rip
take off this. Does that help?
It's just
It is so-
It was it's so hard.
Because you can have the same dramatic effect. The point was he needed money to continue. Remember, the whole point was
Yes.
like so that you could have the same dramatic effect and just have a more realistic. I mean, you don't lose anything.
Never seen this one. Who's in this?
Rounders. Everybody loves rounders. You should get Koppelman to be
Yeah.
commentator. Wait. I can hardly hear it.
Volume.
Uh-oh. We should have people be quiet because we're filming a show here.
Yeah, we're
walking.
actually doing
Listen
something.
here, I know you probably lost about 600K in this casino this year, but could you stop chewing that sandwich so loud?
Yeah, that's all the.
I cannot see this. I can't hear it at all. I don't know what's going on.
Guys, let's just lift that crate up and move it over those little
Oh
things.
yeah, let's move it closer.
Oh, that's good. You got volume there.
Oh, there, okay.
And in my club, I will splash the pot whenever the fuck I please.
Whenever the fuck I please.
so great.
We can't make people stop talking so loud.
That's nicely.
No, these are the high rollers that lose huge here.
Okay.
I'm gonna check. That's right. Yes. Oh. It's 44. I'm gonna call it for some respect myself tomorrow. It's all you have left in the morning. Last card count. Eat hurts, doesn't it?
What did he say? Eat?
Can't
His mic checks, right? He
Eat
gets into
hurts?
bed again, yeah.
all your dreams. Yes. Pops down the fucking drain. Your fate is sitting right beside you.